an open letter to the black community at large. Have we become a majority of Judas sellouts among ourselves and to the other nations of the world? There lay a black woman in what we say is our black community. She brings forth the seed of the white man, yellow man, red man, and brown man. Everyone proclaims them as the black man able to solve the problems of black folk across this land. There stands a true black man, and she brings forth his seed. Who and what is he in relation to these other nations? Which one is worthy of respect and justice in relation to the genetic blueprint in the universe? Or do you proclaim that we're all the same? For years now, we have been in this wilderness of North America continually complaining from slavery to the invasion of other groups in our communities. We aren't even able to settle on the question as to whether we are black, Negro, coloreds, Afro, African Americans, or just plain neither nor. Do we want to solve our problems or do we care? Perhaps we just enjoy playing games with ourselves. We are asking these questions of the black men and women who were born in this system and raised in this wilderness of North America, and not those who have come to these shores recently from the Caribbean, Central or South America, or the continent of Africa. As we see them, as many see themselves, whom have taken on the characteristics of the slave master, our exploiters. They came here willingly to feed on what they perceive to be the good life of this demonic system. The only thing which kept us from being destroyed at this point was the spirit and the truth which came to us in the turbulent 60s. It was this truth and spirit concerning the prophecy of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Musa or Moses, and Jesus. It was this same truth and the spirit in which led us up the King's Highway and beyond the Fertile Crescent. Are we catching hell because too many of us have given up that which was and is of value for that which is of lesser or no value? Is it because we really don't want sovereignty? Have we taken the 30 pieces of silver under the table, thinking that the houses of prayer on every corner in our communities could help us to buy our way into heaven by institutionalizing the Spirit? Who's kidding whom? When blessings come, we give it all away to our enemies. We then sit back and cry and beg for more as you fall into the pits of despair. We watch this happening in many places throughout the world, but none as profound as in South Africa, where they claim to want independence and freedom. They go down into the bowels of the earth where they extract much wealth, and then they give it away to the enemy. And while the men folk are in the bowels of the earth, their women folk leave their families they say they love and go to work for long periods of time in the enemy's home, where they raise the enemy's children, who in turn kill off her children. Please make those of us who are concerned black folks understand this kind of behavior. Our forebears as slaves, today we as alien slaves had nothing to do with the structure of this country, nor the signing of the documents which controls the laws of this nation. The laws and documents were and are for white Europeans, once a land which once was the Indians. That same piece of paper said we were property of animal status, 3/5 of a man. Your woman folk was nothing. When did our forebears sign and ratify such a document? We live and work in what we call a Judeo-Christian society. Our parents and elders hold up the book as the word of the true and the living God, and yet they send off their menfolk to war in such places like Italy, North Africa, Japan, Germany, Korea, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, and wherever else they are sent to make the world better for the demonic rule. And for the most part, these warriors, our sons, kill and murder folks who are trying to live the same as themselves. Ask them about the land from whence their seed comes, and they get funny, along with the parents and elders holding the book. We watch the sons and daughters whom you fought in those distant lands come to this country to live, build, and create a better life for themselves and their kind, while you beg them for jobs and to be accepted. And if it weren't so sad and pitiful, we could all laugh together as you return home to the land of the free and the merchants of death. Homeless, jobless, limbless, mindless, the tricked and the fool crying and begging for a job, a crumb of food to feed yourselves and your families, as you laugh and fight the concept of land for yourselves and reparations, which, by the way, was taken from the book of Hebrew, Matthew, and Revelations. There are others, but these three will do for now. And not too long ago, the sons and daughters of doctors, businessmen, politicians, lawyers, educators, ministers, and just plain folk like you and me, called the best minds among us, vacation on the East Coast. To the man and woman, they proclaimed that they were free. Yet, there they were, stealing, looting, and in general raising hell. The news came out that they were members of the elite secret societies. Some of them not too long ago called some of our most worthy freedom warriors common criminals. Because of places like Watts. Where does their actions leave them at this point? Are they admitting that they are slaves being exploited in a system that isn't theirs? That they are just being used? Or are they just childish destroyers? The truth and time dictates that we must resolve our problems in this wilderness of North America. Fun and games should be relegated to children, but I'm not addressing children. I'm addressing adults. And if you will take the time to address some of the information in this letter, I'm sure that you will find some of the answers you seek in land and reparations as only a part of our solution that must be addressed. Then we will go to some of the more important questions like, do we truly believe in God and prophecy? Do we love ourselves? And what of these other nations whom we say have invaded our communities? We should know that they are there for one reason and one reason only: our money, our wealth. And knowing this, we don't have to give it. Don't buy, not even a newspaper. Try buying from yourselves and your kind. And as you say, you love your image, God as yourself. Are you going to show yourself and your children exoteric foolishness or esoteric wisdom?